to the reason why, and I said, well, let me expound on that situation. I wore the orange jumpsuit because this represents my time when I was locked up in ACDC. For those who don't know what that is, that's the Anderson County Detention Center. 14 months I had this orange jumpsuit on. Feel me? And that changed my life in so many different ways. But today the show's not about me per se, but it's about these three young gentlemen that's on this platform with me today. The usual suspects. That's the episode today. Today we have a partner in crime, J5, JB, and Jamal, otherwise known as Thermostat. Thermostat. You heard me? So, today we're going to talk about what is it like to go to jail, serve time, go behind a wall, get locked up, and they won't let your ass out. You feel me? Today, gentlemen, give me some insight. Give me some insight, bro.
You want to start with me?
Yeah. How did it feel when you had to go sit down?
Okay. I'm gonna add this and then I'm gonna ask you a question.
Go ahead.
It's ironic, that this was the episode topic today. I had no way of knowing this until me and you actually spoke. But what I'm actually focusing on now, when it comes to the youth, for those who don't know, Jamari Smith, Columbia, South Carolina, Rise and Shine, the brand, youth transitional motivational speaking and gang intervention specialist. Just work with young people, just to kind of transition that thinking that we all know that they share right now to put them on a more straighter path to their success. So what I'm focusing on now is honestly showing them not only the out, because I think a lot of people know, but showing them the tricks of this country when it comes to rap music, gangsterism, and prison.
Right.
Or not just prison, the whole industry, the prison industrial complex. Like, This is a real thing, So trying to show them the traps so that way they can make the decision to go in a different direction. So back to your question, what does it feel like? That's the word you use?
Well, what did it, for better words, how did you cope with that? Knowing that you have to go sit down, you know what I'm saying? Do time, you feel me?
Okay, well, for my personal situation, like you guys know, I was arrested at 16. So from 16 to a little over 17, for a period of 13 months, I spent in what's known as Alvin S. Glenn Detention Center in Richland County, Columbia, just like Anderson Detention Center.
Right.
So I was in the county. For some reason, I was young at that time frame. Again, come from the gang culture. So at that time frame, I was in that mindset. There was a side of me where it's like, dang, boy, I done messed up. They talking prison time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's the other side of me like, oh, I'm official now. I'm in here. I'm official now. They can't say I ain't been to the, it was.
So I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna cut you off, but did that mindset come from the rap music? Did the rap music kind of put you in that mindset?
It was,
yo, since I made it in here, now I got
well,
street cred.
it was a collaboration of two components: rap music and the gang culture of the city that I grew up in.
Okay.
So it was outer influences. Once again, I say young, airhead, meaning there's nothing of substance there. Mind full of entertainment, can tell you every video on 106 in Park, all that good stuff. I was a big Trill fan, Bootsy and Webby fan, all that good stuff.
Right.
It's like that. So, it was more so influenced from that because that gave me the concept of what a gangster or a real nigga was supposed to be. So in my mind, I'm striving to live up to that.
Right.
So back to your initial question about how did I cope? I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I totally let go of the outside world. I stopped focusing on it because in jail there's a culture.
True enough.
Jail or prison, there's a culture.
True enough.
And, like I said, coming from the gang culture, we was what's known as programming.
True that.
So I was just caught up into the programming with my homies.
Right.
Right. So there wasn't a whole lot of feeling, to be honest. I'm just being totally honest. There wasn't a whole lot of feeling because I think I accepted that whatever happened, like it is what it is. I'm here now. It was just a different mindset.
Okay. That's deep right there, bro. Now, JB, those who know you may not know all things about you. Like, you got some experiences in your life being locked up and everything. I'm not sure what your charges and everything were, but I know you did some time. Matter of fact, we was in jail together for a little period of time.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna ask you the same question. Like, how do you feel? Like when they told you, when the judge told you, yo, young nigga, you finna get locked up, or you finna go do 3, 8, or months, whatever. What did it make you feel like?
I didn't know what to experience because I've never had that happen for me before. And all I could think about was my children.
Right.
Because I'm not on the streets, you know what I mean, to even try to do anything.
Right.
And when it happens to, being in the stability of doing anything or whatever, and then you first walk in or whatever, you're like, oh, I'm finna get out, this and that. Then they sit there and tell you, oh, well, Judge on vacation, you ain't getting out till they come back from a week from now. You're like, man, I'm just in here for this, and you know what I mean? So it woke me up.
Right.
You know what I mean? It woke me up, but it didn't wake me up because I end up repeating, but from different circumstances.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And trying to be loyal to the hood, trying to be loyal to people, trying to, entice and do whatever. Like J5 was saying, trying to fit in, and then realizing where's everybody else at while you in here, or where's everybody else once you get out. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it kind of shook me up, but it made me a little bit more intelligent to this ain't for me. You know what I mean? Like this ain't my lane. You know what I mean? Like this is not my lane, not 100%. You know what I mean? Right. So whatever you do, you got to be predominant and you got to keep going. It's gonna be a fight, but not being sometimes as educated as I thought I was. You know what I mean? And dealing with the city and dealing with the streets and dealing with your partners, everybody. And I had to, it just changed me because I know how hard it is to live with 2 roommates, this dude. Imagine living with 1,500. You see what I mean? So
shit crazy.
I had to really reevaluate and think about it. You know what I mean? Because, I have a son, I have 2 sons and 2 daughters, and I have to think like, if you're not here, then who else is here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And going through that fight to rehabilitate myself to get back to where the norm. Yeah, it took a fight. It's still taking a fight right now to this day.
What you mean? You got? What you mean? Are you gonna go out and do some other shit?
No, not saying in the such sense as that. It's just far as still educating myself, still growing as a person, as a father, as everything like that. You know what I mean? As a a friend, a confidant. So learning from the great people like yourselves and everybody. You know what I mean? And still trying to outline the scenario.
Bro,
gotcha.
Thermostat, talk to us, man. Now you were here before. We were here before. We had you guys here before another platform. But now that you're back, you wanna jump in on this conversation as far as like how you feel?
Yeah, as far as me, the prison and jail life, like I did, jail and prison.
Damn, you did both of them?
I mean, yeah, since I was like 19, maybe, I was in and out of, the county, little stuff. But I did a 3-year stint down the road, just prison time. For me, though, it was hard to accept right at first because I was thinking to myself, okay, got this, lawyer, I'm going to go ahead and, get off. And at that time, I just found out like a day before, I went to court that I was having, my first son. So me personally, like I was.
That hurt.
Can't wait to get home.
Yeah,
they hurt. They hurt big time. But for me, it was hard to accept because I was thinking about the, you know what I'm saying, the system. Because I look at, not judging anybody else, but just the charges that people can have, you know what I'm saying, et cetera. And then like our judge was like, okay, well, what time does it carry, such and such, and you know what I'm saying, gave me the lease, and my lawyer told me one thing. Then it came back to be a complete another. So it's also one thing hard to deal with. Like, if you know, like, I had a couple, you know what I'm saying, family members that no one ain't gonna do time. So they get their affairs in order, you know what I'm saying, everything. So, like, I had to leave everything behind, you know what I'm saying? Like, whether you got bills, you know what I'm saying, family,
everything.
If that judge puts that gravel down, that's it, you know what I'm saying?
But post, man.
Yeah, it was.
How'd you like? Did you like? Were you like nervous as shit? Were you scared, or were you like fuck the police? I mean, how'd you feel? Cause nigga, when I got them, fucking gave me my goddamn time, I said fuck the judge, fuck the DA, and fuck the police. Fuck them. Yeah, and I wouldn't do it, but child support. I had a couple gun charges before that shit, but I didn't give a shit though. I had a counterfeit charge and shit, but I ain't. Fuck them. They want to do. They want to do. Shit, you know what I'm saying? I mean, how'd you? Was you cool with this shit?
But honestly, no. I was a little nervous, you know what I'm saying? Like, because like when it happened, like bro, like really, like if you could see the recording, like I literally stood there, you know what I'm saying, in court. They wouldn't even let me, you know what I'm saying, tell my wife bye, no nothing. But as far as going down the road, yeah, I was a little nervous because of the fact of the things that I had saw, like you talk about like music and all that, like what you see, you know what I'm saying, on TV and stuff, etc. And it wasn't so, you know what I'm saying, for me, it was just what my family was gonna think. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, yeah, a little nervous, but you know, even getting down the road, it took some time because I still couldn't accept, like, why in the hell am I still here? You know what I'm saying? Like why? Like,
what you
mean, I had asked myself that.
Well, when you say why, I'm gonna cut you off, but when you say why you still here, you mean like still living, or you mean like you still going to?
No, I'm talking about like being in the system.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like being, you know what I'm saying, in the system.
Because you're black.
I made that.
I mean, that's you're gonna be in the system. We was arguing. This is the thing about, and I'm not trying to sound like I'm facetious. I don't sound facetious or anything, but they look at us all black males from the jump as a fucking inmate or a prisoner or a convict or whatever. You may not be done a damn thing in your life. You can walk in Walmart right now. Motherfucker look at you like, oh shit, he gonna steal some shit, he'll do some shit, whatever. They always stereotypers, and they put that shit on, give us a label. You know what I'm saying?
That's it right there.
Because of the color of our skin. Feel me? And that shit is fucked up. But that makes us the usual suspects though. Okay. No matter what we doing, whether we rich or poor. Give you an example. Tyreek Hill, NFL superstar, football player, yesterday in Miami. You saw that shit?
Facts.
Football game. This nigga handcuffed, on the ground. For what?
A citation.
Driving reckless or whatever shit was. Bullshit, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Before bro say his piece, I want to interject.
Go ahead.
And I know, bro, you know, everybody entitled to their opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody entitled to their opinion. You know, I don't strive to, deprive nobody of that.
Right.
But I think it's in the difference between an opinion and an educated, I don't even want to say guess, because, like a hypothesis, I don't even want to say guess.
Right.
But I'm just talking about an assumption that's been arrived to based on the facts. You know what I'm saying? Versus, I feel, but nah, the facts show this.
Right.
It's a conspiracy in this place, and I'm talking about America. And I think people need, it's bigger than a person or a few people. It's bigger. when you understand the economic system of this land, it's capitalism.
True that.
That's the facts.
The Constitution.
What's also the facts is for capitalism to work, you need a lot of people at the bottom. Mm-hmm. And what we have to understand is, and not only understand it, but know how that looked as it play out in real life. We have been designated to be those people.
Tell them, bro.
That's the thing. You know, so a person, and let's just say white and black, a person white may not have a problem with you per se. Don't know you from a can of paint. Mm-hmm. But when they see you, and especially if, let's say for instance, and I see this all the time because I work with families, communities. Let's say for instance, you're somebody who decides, you know what, I want to get my life together. I'm tired of dealing with this. You go to a government, a local government agency for some type of assistance, no matter what it is. You know, I'm right now in the process of home ownership, and I'm using a program to play a part in that. I watch people come through the door, say black people, come through the door, and the way they get dealt with just by being somebody in their position coming for assistance. It don't even matter if the face black or white on the other side of the desk. They deal with you with the nose in the air, you beneath me. Like I actually, from Columbia, South Carolina, walk into some entities and I'm just like, yeah, I want to grab a application, you know. Then off top, the way she deal with me is like, I don't even have the mental capacity to understand the application and fill it out correctly.
Right. Damn. Right.
That's the way she dealing with me.
Right.
So I'm looking at the lady like, man, what is you know, I ain't tripping. Okay, cool, because I ain't really looking for no smoke. I just want to get this done.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And then in her explaining to me certain things, I told myself, man, I could have did that better. It's like they have this notion, like preconceived notion that you just you can't manage for yourself as an adult. You need somebody, like you just children. You know what I'm saying? And then when she realized, oh, you know how to do this. Oh, you already have a company? Like she was just so shocked. I was there to get pardoned. We talking about being locked up. I was there to have my record, like get a governor's pardon to, you know, get everything off my record.
Right.
And as she going through the motions, you know, she just so surprised that I understand the application. I know how to fill it out.
Right.
I already own a business. She was just, it's like, because what's happening is you're defying the odds. You're not living in that bubble no more, that box that they got set aside for us.
Right.
And that's why I'm a big advocate, man, that the way we change the table is don't participate in what the system already have designed for us. So it go back to what I mean when I say I'm focused on enlightening young people on the traps that's set for them so that way they can maneuver around it. Now, that's a mixture of knowledge of self, knowledge of the environment, you know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of the personal development, training and things of that nature, but ultimately the goal is they can't get you unless you allow them to. You know what I'm saying?
True that.
And so when I see a lot of young men and, you know, boys and girls now, and the way, and rap music, this ain't nothing new. Music has been a tool, you know, used on. I saw how it affected me. I just told you, Boosh and I got this savage life. Like the fuck? You know what you saying by saying you a savage, bro? Yeah. But I was locked in because at that time, my mind, that was somebody who grabbed my attention and grabbed my liking. Now he's become my idol. Where I'm listening to what this man say, his lyrics and stuff is actually telling me how to deal with a situation when I actually see it.
Right.
All they music was about shooting stuff up, drugging, gunning stuff down. I'ma stank you, leave you stinking. So he already telling me what to do when I walk in the club and see somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's a programming. They got a movie out on Netflix called They Clone Tyrone.
True that.
A prime example of what's really going on. So back to the point, we don't really understand this place. You think about it. Talk about politics. Oh, that's white people shit. Get too deep in the economy, man, that's white people shit. Speak English too proper. Oh, that's some white people shit.
Yeah.
No, it's America shit, bro.
Right.
And whether you identify or not, it's a certain way you play this game. You know what I'm saying? For most of us, it's like setting out to play the game of Monopoly. We got the dice in our hands, but we never got introduced to the rules. So all we spending all day doing is just rolling and moving our man, and wondering why everybody else got houses, got red hotels, got all these properties they buying, and all we doing is kicking out money every time we land on them.
Spinning other
because
shit.
we're not playing the game, and you don't even understand it's a game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I say, it's deep, man, but it's an awakening that not only has to happen, but I can say is happening with a lot of our young people, because stuff like social media, TikTok, it's exposing them to what capitalism really is. It's exposing them to, like, for instance, the 13th Amendment, which by law makes you a slave just from having a conviction. I don't care how small or how big.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're exposed to this stuff now. And what it's also doing is, in turn, it's making young people look at the people they come from and realize, like, no, mama, you wrong. A lot of our lives are built off superstitions.
Oh, shit.
My auntie and them would tell us, cut off the TV and when it's lightning outside.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Everybody got to sit in the dark.
I ain't knocking them. They even told me, oh, man, when it's raining and the sun out, that means the devil beating his wife.
Yeah, yeah.
Or God washing the clothes.
You don't see how. Now check me out. Check me out. Grown people all living off of superstition. And when I actually sit and think about that, I realized, I said, boy, they got the whole country duped. Really the world, but right now we're talking here. They got everybody living in illusion. Yeah. And as I got introduced to the sciences of myself, of this universe, and what we know to be God, I realized that that's people's problem. They don't understand. You know what I'm saying?
When people don't understand, they fear.
And it's like, or just, and I don't want to take this to religion or nothing like that, but, just think about that. Even if you're not one to dig into the history and actually see how this came about, who introduced it. Because if you look at that, it'll tell the story. But my point is, even if you're not that person, and you just, when you think about religion, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I had a point in time where my mother was incarcerated and my grandmother took us in. Strict Christian, Southern Baptist, I thank my grandma, because just like the producer was saying, his grandma stayed on top of him about learning, reading, stuff like that. My grandma was the same way. I would have to sit in front of her on the couch and, you're going to do that homework. You're going to read that passage, And when I'm reading out to her, or I got to paraphrase or summarize the passage, the word is they, Jamari, they, not they. Like she would, but I appreciate her for that, because I realize how important being able to read, write, and talk is in that world out there where all businesses ran off contracts. You need to be able to know how to read, write, and talk.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But during that time frame, we got introduced to like an overly religious Christian life. Using people who talk about being in church 4 and 5 days out the week and stuff like that. That was my grandma. You know what I'm saying?
And down home religion, boy.
Helping out Sunday, Wednesday,
all that, bro. All that.
Revival every summer.
Yeah, and for a whole week. And I'm super grateful for my grandma. Don't get me wrong, but I've come to realize as a man that her truths aren't really the truth.
Right.
Her truths. But you farm children, man. Like, your grandmas grew up sharecropping and stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
Intellectually, what do you really know about the universe? What do you really know about God? What do you really know about yourself?
Because that Bible.
Yeah. Don't know.
Because that Bible that they used was just a tool.
Right.
It was a tool.
Right. And not to say no, it's not truth in it, because it is.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that it was used as a tool.
As a tool, right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the word, I don't know how much truth is in the Bible. I read about when I was locked up. I mean, I had time to read the Bible, because before that, I wasn't reading the Bible.
Right.
Locked up, nigga. I got
all the time.
Weeks and months.
Right. To master anything you want to put your mind to.
I read a lot of books in jail. A lot of shit.
That's facts.
But I wrote some scripts too. But anyway, your point was very well, you know what I'm saying, made and everything, brother. Now, I'm gonna go back to you real quick. Hold on a second.
Right.
Now, you said that your son was being born when you were going into prison, right? And did you feel like you was gonna make it back out of prison?
For me, like at that time, like I was like the day before, like we already knew my, you know what I'm saying, court date was coming up. Of course, you get the little postcard in the mail. Wife called me into the bathroom and showed me the test, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, we're excited about it. You know what I'm saying? Celebrate the day. So my thought was, even when I went that same day, I was gonna, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and come home. And then I had, you know what I'm saying, pretty sure,
how you thought you were gonna come home the same day?
No, I'm talking about when I went, I had to go to court the next day. like court
Okay,
date
I got you.
for
I
my
got you.
charge. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, and just like, you hear this whole, if you get like, say 3 years, you do 18 months, such and such, you may get paroles. I listen to that jailhouse. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Listen to that jailhouse, and I was just like, hey, look, it's gonna be all right. It's
Them
gonna be
lawyers
all right.
for you. Them jailhouse lawyers.
And I kept on, holding on to that, and that's what she did too. But it took me, all my 3 year stints. I had to do 3 year day for day. There wasn't no
Day for day. Damn.
time, frame in it. But it was hard knowing that for my first one anyway, like I said, I wasn't there when he was born. Like it was, I was able to make that call. I convinced the, CEO, hey, this time, please, let me go ahead and make that call. So he did that.
And there's some bullshit though. I know you gotta ask another motherfucker, can you make a phone call about your child? And there's some shit though.
Because back there, I mean, now, don't get me wrong, and y'all probably can speak on this. You have some CEOs of what you see, correction officers, and you have some that actually will look out. You know what I'm saying? What I mean by that is that they not going to just walk on top of you like you just a carpet. From my experience anyway. You have some that are actually in that in that profession because they need a job. But you have a lot of them that you see TV, what you hear about, like you said, music and stuff, etc. But for me, the whole the experience, man, it took me at an extent a while to accept it. But once I did accept it, because back there, of course you're gonna have people that's gonna try to size you up, so you gotta such and such. But for me, I stood that ground and saying, you know what, stand by myself. And just like you said, I didn't find God back there, but I got closer, to him. Because of what I was already, my life even before. But during that time frame, and once you take a step, and I'm pretty sure y'all can agree that from the life we've all lived, once you take a step, 2 steps, 3 steps, you're gonna see it eventually. When you move away from, just say, the negativity and the past, that's where the wave comes in. Right. And what I mean by that is that when a wave comes in, some people go up under, and some people stand. Why? Because it's like you said earlier, old people got a saying: ain't nothing going on with you in your life, the devil already got you where he wants you. You know what I'm saying? That's what they said. Yeah, the devil already got you where he wants you.
I ain't heard that one.
If you meet somebody and they sit there saying that they ain't never went through nothing in their life, that means the devil already got where you want you, because they say
ain't got no motion.
Ain't nothing worth it easy comes in life. You know what I'm saying? So everybody in here, not just us, but other people also have a story. But at the same token, what we doing, you know what I'm saying, even right now, and even other people, may just inspire somebody to step forward. You know what I'm saying? Like you're saying what he's doing right about now. Even the youth, point blank period. I'm pretty sure, even right here in Anderson, there are a lot of youth that, one, don't have homes because of certain things. 2, that witness a lot as far as adults go that need that mentorship. You know what I'm saying? And there ain't a lot of people that's willing to give that. Why? Because we judge to a degree. We feel some people feel like where you come from, color of your skin, your income, obviously, that you are treated less or more than somebody else. I mean, just think about it.
But you don't. Go ahead,
it's
Jimmy.
interesting how you say that. Let me make sure you use my words right. We had the uncles, the great grandmas. Everybody knew everybody in the city. Everybody could come get a plate. Everybody could do this, pull up at your house, or do any different thing like that. And as of this era, it's like, the uncles are gone, the great grandmas are gone, the grandmas are gone, everybody's getting older, and it's like the attention span of trying to reach out besides like this great person right here, like yourself or like yourself, you know what I mean? Like, it just lack entities because everybody's having a computer put in front of them instead of really having the structure of what's really reality.
I'm glad you said that. I don't mean to cut you off. That's about the computer and the structure. Like, nowadays, what do our kids have? Everything is done by computer, what they call Chromebooks. Back in the day, I mean, I'm not old, but I'm just saying that came to school, everything was by paper. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, the kids are not really being challenged, taught. So what are the quotations teachers really doing? They get that, in my opinion, you getting that check, just free pass, you know what I'm saying, to a degree. I'm not saying the Chromebooks don't help, you know what I'm saying, but at the end of the day, it's like when we were coming up, it's like being 13, 14, 15 years old. When you wanted something, what did you have to do? Cut the grass, work around, do your chores while they haven't been told to make that little dollar. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So even that's like me, like when I first started driving, my grandma told me because I was raised by my grandmother too. At the age of 5, my grandma took me in due to some circumstances that, you know what I'm saying, happened with my mom or whatever. And when I got my first car, I wasn't like, I was like any other child. Oh, well, I want this Jeep, I want this truck. I can't remember what I said back then, but I wanted to know a model. No. Got me that Cavalier with the pipe. With the pipe that goes
throwback. That must like Cavalier. That must like Cavalier. Did you have the side door handles?
It sounded like, you know what I'm saying, rocket when you take up off it. But guess what she told me? You want to drive, you're going to pay your own insurance.
That's right.
And you're going to work. So not only did I have sports, I had school, and I had to go work, but nowadays, we don't do that. I'm not saying that parents should do that. Like, I'm not telling no parent how to be. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that we as parents also need to show our children that life ain't gonna hand you nothing.
That's right.
You got to go get it. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the right way. I'm not saying go out there and rob a bank. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like,
although
you got to make sure.
Said you gonna ad lib that.
Although if the circumstances line up now,
if they hand notes in school, we gotta hand it to the teller now.
Let me go ahead and capitalize. Let me go ahead and capitalize on my point though.
Go ahead.
That little stance that I did. And I know we sitting here, you know what I'm saying, talking about what we did, but I know it's also affected, I'm going to say the true people, you know what I'm saying, of our lives that have stuck with us. Maybe it's 1 or 2 or more than that.
Right.
It also has stuck with them, you know what I'm saying? So that's also been something. And I think you said, I can't remember exactly what you said earlier, like even now, something you're dealing with, like I think about even now, like, man, like, I don't never want to go back down that road. Oh, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, not saying that I will intentionally. Now, like you said, certain circumstances, you bring harm to my family or something like that, we may have something else to, you know what I'm saying, discuss.
Whole different
you know
topic.
What I'm saying? Whole different ballgame. Yeah. But it does, I think the system needs to change. But I also think that, you know, like you were saying, as far as other people that are in position, like for example, we got about, I don't even know, let's just say hypothetically, just on this road, 20 abandoned buildings. Right. You got these multi-millionaires or whatever that can invest. And all it takes is somebody getting into their ear. But guess what? God puts those people in those positions, meaning he gives his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers. So therefore, it may take somebody like us four or somebody else to speak to that person. Why should that person just not have some sleep? Or that young female or male that doesn't have a home that is also out here, because we know there are a lot of them out here as well. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, I think it's
well, I mean, you make a great point, but go back to what J5 is saying: capitalism.
Right.
This country's built off of making money.
Yep.
So what you're talking about, investing into a building and saying, "Yo, you guys come in here," but the person has to get paid somewhere. Mm-hmm. Whoever invested money into the building,
you got to maintain the property. Right?
They want their money,
right? All that stuff.
Right. So it's okay. Yeah. So the funding has to come from somebody.
Yeah, you're right about that.
And well, you know how the government works, though. If some millionaire invests into a building and he says, "Oh, this is for the community," whatever, then the state gonna find a way to fund it. So over the federal government, they find a way to put some money in his pocket. You know what I'm saying?
If nothing else, taxes.
Taxes. Right.
Right. I want to add to the point of just in general, man. Like I'm, and I gotta say this. So this right here helps people understand my perspective. I'm a big picture thinker, and my mind work in systems. See what I'm saying? So it's easy for me to understand this American system. You know, every problem that you can name up, you can come up with. The system is the root cause of it. Now, this is not victim mentality. When I say this, because I look at fault twofold.
Yes.
Using this analogy, Frankenstein. Everybody know what Frankenstein is. The whole little zombie mummy that was created by the old, the scientists. My point in that is, Frankenstein come run around that corner right there and runs out the studio, knock over a couple cameras. Yeah, we got all right to be mad at Frankenstein. You stupid mother, what you doing? However, the core, I'm just trying to make sure I use my words right. But anyway, the culprit in the whole situation is the one who created Frankenstein. We gotta understand that a nigga was a created mentality. Yeah, true indeed. Our people done took it on every way you look. Social media, in real life, they acting like niggas for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you got some level-headed black people out there who know how to function, but the nigga culture is what we're so hyped about. I'm not taking away from nobody accolades, but if you think about it, who created the measuring pole for accolade to become accolade? Meaning, example, a Grammy.
Right.
An Oscar.
Right.
These are man-made metrics that we feed into because so much money, success has been associated with them. So, go ahead.
I'm sorry about that. Well, when you mentioned the word Oscar,
right?
Where did that word come from? I mean, where did the term come from?
The origin of the term, or why did I say it?
What does it mean?
Oh, I'm not even sure. You tell me.
Well, here's the thing. The Oscar Award is actually named after who?
Guess it ain't Oscar. Nigga name Oscar.
A black filmmaker.
Okay.
Black filmmaker.
Okay.
Oscar Micheaux.
Okay.
This brother made movies off his own dime.
Okay.
You feel me? Like, got it out the motherfucking dust.
Right.
Well, it wasn't no mud then. Straight up ass lint. He got it about the mud. But I shouldn't get out of this. This is a gym. I ain't gonna get out of this gym. I'm gonna get to you in there.
Go ahead. If not other people, go ahead.
Okay. So he made all these films, right? By himself, own pocket, black movies. And he was so great at it. They wanted to name this award after this man. Posthumously, after he's dead and gone. Because he set the fucking standard.
Right. Remind me of like Basquiat.
Right.
Yeah, I got you.
Right. Get the famous painter.
Yeah.
Right.
All from the inside.
Right. Jay-Z had it looking like nigga right now.
Look just
like him. Yeah, he looks like him. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No, he's into painting. He's into that.
Yeah.
So and my point wasn't to take away nothing from.
Oh no.
My point was just to point out that the things that we aspire to do, how we look at each other, like you were saying, income
got to be measured.
Those are things that have been put in place, bro. The way we deal with each other, the way we deal with each other. You got to think about it. Imagine being that child. And once again, this is another analogy. I like using analogies a lot. If Jesus can use parables and change the world off of them, you can hear my analogies. So imagine being that one child at let's say we in South Carolina, so at a 4A school, thousands of kids. And this is the child who you know who you are. So you focus, you got a sense of pride, confidence in yourself, high self-esteem, you got goals, aspirations, but nobody else is on that but you. Thousands of kids. You know what I'm saying? But you may not have money. You may, my point is, if you don't fit the standard, the people are gonna make you feel less than, or at least try to. Because what I realize is, sometimes, bro, when a person is shining, they light make another person feel insecure because you expose the insecurities in them.
So is this like the antics?
Right. So it's matter of fact, the antics. So but the thing is, I'm showing you how in that situation you can rob a person from their own sense of self-worth. You can rob a person from, having self-esteem, because now they're gonna sit back and look at themselves like, what's wrong with me? You see what I'm saying? Because whatever everybody agreed to, that's the truth. It's their truth, but it can be a lie. But if everybody agreed to it, it becomes the truth. And if you the one person trying to break the truth and all that type of stuff, then you become the oddball. This is the story of every great leader who stood up for righteousness. It ain't got to be so much for black people, for righteousness. Because everybody else, they love this Sodom and Gomorrah. They love it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got to understand, like, back to my point about these measuring sticks that's been put in place by man, those who create this policy. I watch another episode of the podcast, and I'm hearing females talking about, the idea of what a man should do in a relationship, what a woman should do in a relationship. And I hear people go back and forth, but they all of their I'm gonna call them assumptions, but all of their points are based off like false, like pretense. Well, a man's supposed to do this, or this, that, and the third, and to me, it's like, but your measuring stick is based off what society wants. It's like, are we creating a family here? Shouldn't what works for the family inside the home be the ultimate measuring stick? Well, or are we trying to be like something outside of this? And then you wonder why we spend 10, 15, 20 years playing and never get nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Maybe able to build a little something, but it crumbled because we're going our separate ways. And then why the chains of the curses of the family ain't been broken yet? Because you in life and you playing. I sit back, bro, and I look at different women from different cultures. Why is it that women from overseas, they got like this? I don't have to tell you to shut the fuck up. Why you talking so much around all these men and all that? I don't have to tell you to be a lady. I don't have to say, cross your legs. Why you got your legs bust open and you got on, what are you doing? I don't have to, they don't have to tell their women that.
Well, I'm going to tell you why.
I know how to do it.
Over here in America, it's called reality shows.
Yeah. That's why I said Sodom and Gomorrah. That's what I mean by Sodom and Gomorrah.
You're not even, show, bro. We just do like reality shows and got women out here straight ass.
It's
I
bad,
don't understand
bro.
It, bro. It's crazy right
it's
now.
Bad.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Exactly, bro.
And if they,
that's my point, bro.
And then when it goes on the point of raising them, it's like, even if you let your child walk out that way, you still doing the same thing.
Exactly. Right. You co-signing it.
Yeah, and co-sign and to go to a couple points that you said a while ago, like you speaking like the woman part. I don't know if you ever heard the song, but I listen to a lot of his songs because I relate to it. You feel me? A Real Man by Dax. You know what I'm saying? A Real Man by Dax. He had that song Dear Alcohol as well.
That Prescott? The Dallas Cowboys?
No. Dax.
Oh,
D-A-X. Yeah.
Okay.
Just look him up, man. He's I'm pretty sure that you'll find some of his stuff, you know what I'm saying, relative.
Right.
But even to go back to what you said is I'm at what you said. Oh, and even on top of that, as far as the whole co-signing, you know what I'm saying, situation. Society is also set up to where I feel like, in my personal opinion, like you can be that great, you know what I'm saying, father. Mm-hmm. You can have that mother, great mother. But at the end of the day, like if you didn't agree with something and you try to challenge that, like you said earlier, to a degree, society is gonna paint not only society but our quotation the system that mothers are gonna have the final say so.
Right.
So at the end of the day, it's still about us as, you know what I'm saying, men also trying to instill, you know what I'm saying, in them. And that's one thing I try to do, you know what I'm saying, even in my home. Now, don't get me wrong. I may not go about it the right way like all the time, but I still have my, okay, no, this is what gonna happen. This is what you're gonna do. Because I'm a man, I've been there. So the fact that you, our quotations, getting all his attention, to a degree, look how you present yourself.
There you go.
And me personally, I may try to woo you, and I'm gonna go ahead and sit there and say it in front of all us men right here. If a man tell you and a woman tell you that they haven't paid or either so, like if I got in my mindset, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and take her out to eat out of this movie.
Right.
I know what I'm gonna do afterwards. Literally, without sugarcoating it, I'm gonna go ahead and pay for it because I already know what I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? I may not be leaving the money on the dresser. I mean, just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying. I mean, may have all, you know what I'm saying, been there, but I'm not saying like to a degree, but what I'm saying is that how you present yourself, like I try to, you know what I'm saying, even my daughter, look at her like my own, my stepdaughter. Present yourself, you know what I'm saying, modest. And if you respect yourself, that man has a choice. Either he gonna go along with you or he not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, because
we're gonna test you to see how far he can get away.
See how test how far you gonna go. Yeah. But if you go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, no lie, drop the panties within the first week or two, he may string you along for, you know what I'm saying, a good degree. Now, some stuff have worked out like that way. Not saying that all don't. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, yeah, it's just a lot. Man, said it's a lot of what children are taught these days. One, because, and sometimes teaching can also be in silence because of what your child is doing. And if you don't even say anything, that silence is teaching them everything.
It's okay.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and I think, you know, I just think, you know, like my point of the big picture thinker, we're never gonna be able to get ahead or move in a better direction if it's always about pointing a finger at somebody. Me saying what I'm saying, I'm not saying that women are just that's our problem in the way they trip. I'm not saying that. It's a lot of fault with how these females carrying themselves, of course. But I'm also not saying that, yeah, daddies ain't there, bro. That's the problem. Like, it's like this with me, bro. I have knowledge. I have experience or wisdom from that, but I have empathy and compassion also. I understand us because I understand the big picture. I know the history of how we got like this. You see what I'm saying? A timeline. I was one of them type people, bro. Studying the Big Bang theory of how this whole Earth stuff started, and then trying to fill in the timeline all the way up to present day. That's the extent of my studies. But my point in that is this: I know at what point our households our families came under attack to lead us decades later to this point right here. You see what I'm saying? So when I say the fault is twofold, the ultimate culprit of the mad scientists is them people. But we have become the Frankensteins. You know? So the thing is, it's easy to say, police, Frankenstein, go lock him up. Because Frankenstein ain't even thinking from a rational mind. He's just knocking shit over. Like, he's just knocking shit over. So when the police see him, he's going to be like, oh, yeah, I'm about to get his ass. Get down. If you don't comply, I'm going to gun you down. So it's easy to say, yeah, you wrong. You know what I'm saying? But when you got empathy and compassion for the life of the person, you see what I'm saying? That's with me. I'm strict on who I let around me in the individual sense. You know what I'm saying? But what people don't realize, I love all y'all. Why? Because I know the truth about this place, and I'm on a universal level now. I'm you and you me. You have different personalities and egos and all that type stuff, but I know the same divine force that's giving you life. It's the same one that's giving me life, bro. I understand that, bro.
I mean to cut you off real quick. It's like kids nowadays. Our quotation is like, if you want to use racism, take it back. Right. That was taught to you. So like you said, it's going back, you know what I'm saying, beforehand. That's what they're, you know what I'm saying, taught. Like just using that, you know what I'm saying, as an example. But yeah, I think you know, even going back to prevent this right here, it ain't gonna happen overnight. I highly, you know what I'm saying, doubt that. Now, don't get me wrong.
Not because it makes money.
Yeah, I mean, it makes money. That's just like now.
Yeah,
ACDC has been built, and what they put in the paper was to provide more programs and more housing for inmates to get more schooling. No, you want to have a bigger place to lock more people up.
If a motherfucker ain't going to school on his own,
you know what I'm saying? So
you feel me?
I mean, well, you gonna make them go when they in there.
But I know when your experience.
But you can though.
You got in there. You got to reading. You read a lot. You learn a lot. But every motherfucker ain't gonna do that shit.
But
bro.
I'm gonna be honest. In the beginning, I was bucking too because, like I told you, I was on the mentality of this is what come with what I chose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was on game time, bro. Right. You know, that was my God and a perfect rep in the hood was my aspiration.
You weren't looking at nothing else. You were just seeing that right there.
But I'm gonna be real with you. And this is why I come from the perspective of somebody who come from blooding but can be in this position right here today doing what I'm doing, impacting young lives. Because despite the let me say it like this. Contrary to popular belief, you do have gang members who are humans and actually got a soul. I had big homies who was on me. So it was like they saw something in me back then. You know what I'm saying? I came in already influenced by the set already, so it wasn't nothing they can say about, you know, that. And he gonna do it anyway. But it's just like, you know what? Nah, bro, you gonna be different though, niggas. You better take your ass to school, bro. This is those are conversations I got from my big homie. I'm like, man, I ain't trying to go out there. The homies about to damn nigga. You gonna go to school or we gonna beat your ass. This what it was. You know what I'm saying? So I'm motivated to go to school because I'm really like under the orders of the big homie. Like I got to do it like this.
Right.
But it was in that when I realized how smart I was, because now I'm in a county jail. I'm going to school and I'm like, every time we taking a test, bro, I'm the top one. You know what I'm saying?
You elevated your mind.
The thing was, not even that. I'm talking about as a child. I was 17 at this time. The thing was, I was already smart and didn't know it.
Right.
It's easy to believe that what you know, everybody else know it too. So, not knowing this man probably can't read, this man probably can't write, because we be in our heads. You don't know what somebody went through, what their house upbringing was like. You know what I'm saying? But my point was, I had big homies who saw something in me and they didn't want me to rot away. Right. It's like, bro, you 17. Even if some people give you 10, you gonna be all right. Go ahead and do what you need to do. Get what you need to get, bro. So that, and even if in their mind it was just like, oh, in the set we need somebody in a better position. Even if that's what it was, my point was, it was people who was influential to me who told me, look, you better than that. Go do that. And we was all gangbangers. These are my big homeboys. I done took phase for these fools and all. Hey, bro, get up. Like, I need you to shoot this one for me. But it was just, it's something in that they saw in me, and it was like, yeah, go do it. But in going to do it is where I found that superpower. And then once I found it and grasped and I grabbed hold to it, I'm like, oh yeah, you riding out with me this whole bid. You know what I'm saying? Right. And just as I started elevating, bro, now you become somebody like, and true indeed, the institutions aren't, they're not gonna offer but so much. You got schooling, you got trades and stuff like that. But my knowledge superseded what was taught in schools, because it not only because now that I found out that, you know, I got the ability to do this, but a lot of my studies was predicated on gang literature, bro. Not only did my big homies tell me to go to school, but they like, yeah, you need to have that oath down pat, bro. That's what this lifestyle about. You need to know that. You know what I'm saying? I know you smart. And the gang literature, not only did it teach me about my walk, and I'm not gonna go into that too much, but ultimately it led me to social revolution and what it really was, the Black Panthers and all this history, because that's the foundation of all gangs, you know, where at least in America when it comes to Bloods and Crips. You know what I'm saying? This stuff started in New York and California and Chicago. Those were the damn breeding grounds of the Black Panther parties. So all these neighborhoods that was organized and everybody saying fuck the police with the pig back then and all that, bro, these the neighborhoods that turned into gang neighborhoods. Because once the feds came in with COINTELPRO and wipe out all the leadership of the Black Panther Party, which was the intellectuals, the doctor degree holders and the PhD holders,
right?
They leaders was intellectuals. You know what I'm saying? And my point is, to anybody who pull back this curtain and you see the truth of this country, you're going to know something wrong. That ain't right. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to realize that it's all built off of us. Not
That's
only
deep.
our history, but
the
actual being consumers. So my point is, once I saw that, I took an oath to protect my homies and protect my hood. We talking about we bloods, brotherly love overriding oppression and destruction. You know what I'm saying? I saw more destruction being done by the homies. You know what I'm saying? And nobody really attacking what we saying our true enemy is.
Right.
Which is the oppression of our people.
So my whole broke down like that before.
Yeah, most niggas don't, because they ain't really they're not banging the cause. It's about social status. It's about making my insecure ass feel like I'm somebody, you know. And then it's also about the idea of being deprived of family and real love. You gravitate more to what you perceive as such.
But at the same time though, you know, just because you feel like you might not be getting love or whatever, it doesn't mean that that's actually true.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's something mental. Feel me? Like it's something mental that makes you want to gravitate towards something like a gang. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, to answer that, every human is born with it. The desire to belong and identity.
Yeah. We're all born with
Like animals do it.
So it's like saying that, like, you know, you don't get the attention that would you normally supposed to get it from, and you go look for it elsewhere.
You gotta. The thing is, bro, on a spiritual level, we already here. A purpose for us is already predestined, bro. You choose it coming into carnation.
Yeah.
So once you come into existence, belonging and identity, you need those to be able to carry out your spiritual purpose. Right. When you don't have those, this is why. And then my point is, once that's taken away from you, all you got is what you see and what you hear. And they are giving us this nigga shit. They're giving us this nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't in a neighborhood or environment where it's going down that, it's going to be on that tube, bro. And then you're going to find somebody who you like. I'm telling you, I done had the Game posters on my wall back in early 2000, 50 Cent and G-Unit. You know how many favorite rappers I done had, bro? Right. But my point is, these people become the idols of young people. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have no identity. Back to that, them foreign exchange students I was telling you about, going to Richland Northeast High School in Northeast area where we position at, there's an Army base also, Fort Jackson. So a lot of my peers in high school were from Army base. I had girlfriends and whatnot. You date them for a year, and the next thing you don't know what happened to them. They moved to another state because their parents done got deployed or something. But my point is this. I used to be in the pen, and I would ask myself, and the reason I did this is because I saw homeboys. Some of my homeboys from high school, we in prison together. It was about 5 of us, high school. I'm just thinking to myself, like, how is it that we specifically, all these in prison, you know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking like, damn, them other kids don't never get in nothing, bro. Like, and then I can see it like, ooh, they come from a different walk. The village that they're born into properly develops them into the human they need to be to do what they're here to do. See what I'm saying? I know people be hundreds, thousands of miles away from their homeland, bro, and would be here sacrificing with nobody over their shoulder. Like, you know you're supposed to do that. You know, they'll be here sacrificing, busting their behind just to send that bread back. You talk about loyalty.
Right.
Give a nigga some money, you spin the corner, it's over with.
Nigga gonna
you
goddamn ball
see
out.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Nigga
It's a
ball
different
out, boy.
mentality, bro.
Hit the mall and
It's
everything.
a different mentality. And then that's what I'm saying, bro, about being the quote unquote, not only being a consumers, but also being the designated ethnic group of people to be at the bottom of the system. Is so many ways we are being attacked that you got to be on point to fight all this stuff, bro. Spiritual warfare, biological warfare, medicine, stuff that's in the food. Where we talk, it's so much we can go on and on about how we're being attacked. You know what I'm saying? But you got to see it as such. It's so real now that they don't even hide it from you no more. Everybody know Bill Gates own land now and making meat. The tech guy, the computer guy, the Microsoft guy.
Yeah.
He's making meat now and farming, doing agriculture. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's all about money. And in these money entities, they don't care about how you affected about. It's about them getting money. They bottom line.
Money and control.
Right. So in this environment, the solution for us, Farrakhan them been telling you that. You got to do, their message is to pull away from that race, because that race never have your best interest at hand, because they're money driven and you at the bottom of their money scheme.
That's right.
You got to pull away from that, and just like other ethnic groups do, build a nation within inside a nation. We're not a people connected to no nation. You don't have no nationality.
Like the Jewish people. They own all their own shit, man. The
Chinatown.
Yeah, they go.
People are doing it, so it ain't like we just fabricating.
We got this motherfucker. We out here. We buying everything drop. Every time they put some new Jordans out, we the motherfuckers in line, copping 4 and 5 pound. New rims come out. All the, you feel me? We do some of the dumbest ass shit. You know what I'm saying?
The marketing of these products even tell you who it's geared towards.
Oh yeah, because they got rap music and all that. You know, rap music is in every commercial now.
Bro, did you see this? What is it? Quavo or whatever? With the Kamala Harris. It's so disrespectful, bro.
They sell mayonnaise now. They sell mayonnaise now. Listen to goddamn, rap music.
Right.
I mean, everything is based on that.
It's showing you who
they're
the
taking our
consumer
culture.
is.
Culture vultures of fucking our culture up.
Yep.
We allowing that shit though. We allowing it, but I want to get on something before we get out of here though. This election coming up, right?
Right.
You know, we all know who's running. My question to all three of you guys is that, will you guys vote knowing that this American voting system is not what it is? Like
rigged.
You can vote. Come on, you sound like Trump now, goddamn.
No, because it is. It's the truth.
Sound like fucking Trump now. Okay, I understand what you're saying though.
Right.
Shit's fucked up.
Yeah.
You can win the popular vote, but then don't win then vice versa, whatever. Then you could be in or you could be out, whatever. Right. But my question is, will you guys vote in this election, in this election? I'm sorry, and who you gonna vote for? I'll put you on the motherfucking spot. On the hot seat.
Start with bro.
I go ahead.
I'm going to tell you. I'm going to get mine.
I don't really do politics like that. All I can say is who is qualified for the position should have the position.
Well, nigga, is you gonna vote?
Yeah, no, I've never voted in my life.
Never voted?
Never voted in my life.
Local or national?
Local or national.
So you don't know who your senator are. Just your senator is your motherfucker.
At least the level.
Your mayor.
No, I have familiarities of them, but as far as just hands on and studying them and doing whatever, no, I do not. I wouldn't lie to you.
I would say for me, one, I agree with one party said. I'm not really into the voting, but and going ahead and doing it this year, I would have to go with Harris because of just, I'm gonna say something different. You know what I'm saying? Like even when it came down to Trump before, me personally, I think he was more of a businessman rather than politician. Now when it came down money, whatever made, you know what I'm saying, it was money, he was on top of that. But
he made it. He a businessman for who? For you or for himself?
Trump was more for himself as far as money goes.
Okay, true that. So, you gonna vote this year?
This year, yeah, vote, but it ain't gonna, yeah.
What you think they gonna be winning?
I'm gonna go ahead. I want to try, like I said. I just said something different. I just said something different.
Yeah, you can vote.
I'm a felon. I'm vote.
Yeah,
I ain't even know that.
Yeah, you can vote.
I couldn't vote back then when I had to.
That's what they do. They ain't gonna tell you what
they do. Make sense now. You ain't lying.
You gonna vote
Trump? They ain't gonna tell you at all.
Me personally, I'm just saying. Me personally,
I'm just
bro.
saying,
go ahead. I ain't. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying like, I just, you know what I'm saying. I think it's somewhat different. I mean, I know every president, just like every governor or whatever, like they gonna say what they gonna do. 60% of it, they may or may not. You know what I'm saying? So even what the president may say they gonna do, they ain't never really gonna do. Why? Because they can't promise you that, because even when they make those decisions, they still got to get approved by Congress, point blank, period. They make the final decision. But would it be something different with Harris? Maybe. I don't know.
What do you think?
I'm going to vote because I feel like in 2016, I didn't vote because I was on my way to California. Got to fucking LA, sitting in a restaurant, me and Chop sitting out there and shit. And I thought y'all motherfuckers gonna be back here voting.
Who you mean?
You
Hold
talking
on.
about the Carolinas? Hold on. Break that down.
Y'all.
Us right here?
All
or-
y'all.
Okay. Okay.
Y'all let motherfucking Trump get in that motherfucker. See, y'all let me down.
It's our fault.
It's y'all fucking fault. 'Cause y'all, I'm back.
Okay. All right. See how you do, big
So-
And when that cracker got up in there, what did he do?
Gave us money.
No, he didn't.
So
He didn't give you no damn money. He gave a bunch of excuses.
That motherfucking money was in the atmosphere.
He put money in his own damn pocket.
He pouring Kodak Black and Lil Wayne.
niggas ain't doing nothing for us.
But who?
Kodak Black and Lil Wayne.
Nigga, I brought Lil Wayne here years ago.
Facts.
That don't mean nothing.
Facts.
That's nothing, bro.
That's another
the
disrespect
point-
that I'll.
Right. The point is, once again, he used some niggas.
Yep.
Like he did back in the 90s. That's why everybody was hollering about Trump. He used niggas to make his ass richer, more richer. And our whole culture was running around here hollering, Trump. Nigga, we gave that nigga more, they gave Trump more respect than we gave Dr. King. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
So
Well, you can vote for him, child. I mean, that's your business, bro. But I ain't voting for him. I'm Harris all day long. I'm Harris. I'm gonna go ahead right tomorrow and run a campaign for a motherfucking ass. Damn straight. I'm gonna go ahead and put on. I'm gonna get some goddamn paint. Paint my whole damn body with her
man,
face.
no man.
Butt naked. I'm running down Clemson Boulevard. Harris.
Hey, listen.
Harris.
When you need me to come get you, you
Harris,
just put
Harris,
make
Harris.
sure
No,
you
that's
remember
right.
my number so I can come pick you up.
I'm gonna go out there.
I will keep that suit in the back of the truck. In the back of the truck, too,
Well,
motherfucker,
they gotta dress you out. They ain't gotta do nothing. You already dressed.
Hey,
They
they
gonna
got no
put you up on
question.
there.
Hey, listen.
And they gonna spot them on you right now.
About to beat that ass upside the roll and all.
Ain't gonna beat shit here though, homie. I got that scrap out. We'll go down. It'll be on the news tomorrow afternoon.
Why I say, just make
Shit, I
sure
don't
you
give
got
a
my
fuck about
number.
that shit.
You know what I mean? 'Cause I'm about to come get you.
So
Call
my
no damn
answer.
body.
So my answer.
Go ahead.
My answer is this. When I think about stuff like that, I'm going to vote. So that's the answer to your question. But now let me give you context. When I think about stuff like politics, voting, and things of that nature, they can say what they want to on a national level. I know it doesn't really consider us.
Oh yeah.
It don't consider us.
Because
what are we
Constitution, bro.
What are we voting for again? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The history of it. Why are we still asking for stuff that Dr. Kingdom was asking for? Why?
Dr. King, well, I don't want to talk about that's another subject.
Yeah, that's different.
I don't
But
talk about
I'm using that as a point to say, if you had my best interest by now, I should be able to see that at some point in the history line.
But once again, go back to what you said earlier. Frankenstein.
Right.
Okay. But we get out here as Frankenstein and turn into Niggerstein. Because we don't do the right things with the shit that we do have.
Right.
Every little corn we fucking make, we at somebody
shit off.
club, we at somebody fucking alcohol or fucking liquor store. We buying liquor.
Right.
We ain't making our own shit, bro. We don't make our own products or nothing. We consume everything.
Right.
We make nothing. So we Frankenstein all over again. So that's the problem. I mean, we can. I mean, the voting gonna hurt shit. Go ahead and go put her in the White House, bro. Put her in the White House. Your vote matters now. Yours does too. Chop, your vote matters too. Chop. We need you, bro. We need you.
Yeah.
Well,
So and that goes back to my answer. I am gonna vote, but I favor to be more involved in local elections than national elections. And my whole thing is just like neither one of those candidates have convinced me at all. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand the charades and the puppet show. I also understand that it's a damn. There's a hidden. There's another government behind what we seeing up front.
true that.
And then I also understand
That's
that
deep. I
there are
didn't think about
things
that.
known as lobbyists. You see what I'm saying? Where
control
these
shit.
politicians whole damn political campaign is funded by corporations, meaning they're going to push the interests of their funders. And then I also know that the way this society is headed, being that we're now in the technology age, man, we looking at a taste of fascism in this country moving forward in the future. And for people who don't know what fascism is, it's a corporate control government. You see what I'm saying? And when corporations make rules, it don't consider the people other than being workers, because the bottom line of business is what matters.
AI.
So exactly. So
AI is coming.
I hear all that stuff about what you're gonna do and all that type, but I also see you're not preparing people for what's to come. The way that this stuff is moving, bro, it's gonna take off and it's gonna happen so fast that if you're not participating now, when they close that window of opportunity that we got, because I'm telling you, we in one of the best times to be alive in the sense of being able to build wealth. All this stuff that's been done to us in our history, we could create things right now, and I'm talking about entities, investments, especially in the technology space, that can bring in, amass such a great wealth that it'll top all that.
Buy AI stocks.
Right. See what I'm saying? Yeah, because
Seriously,
it's the way of the future.
Buy AI stocks.
But how many kids being taught stem cells? Why isn't that like just basic curriculum? Okay, look, the country about to change. We're going into this orientation. That you need this, you need that. True indeed, new stuff is coming, but you best believe that the decision makers are ensuring that it's still set up in a way where it keep those classes in place. You know what I'm saying? And they about to make the bottom one even more bigger. My point in all this, bro, is when you aware, like you hear me saying, environment awareness, when you aware of how it runs, how it works. I ain't even talking about the underhanded stuff that go on that we can't see and don't know about, people doing favors and all that. I'm talking about just the basics of how it works, how it's supposed to work. You're going to see the disproportions when you look at that and look at society. You're going to see it.
And this is why I was talking the other day about this subject. This is why the government, they want to shut down TikTok, because they can't control the people on there making money.
Not only that, the information.
The information, true that, but they can't control the motherfucker because it's a foreign-owned company. So they can't control the money being made, information.
Yep.
None of that shit. The security aspect. They might be stealing our information. They done stole the shit.
Yeah, they been had the information.
Trump gave the shit to him back in 2016.
Yep.
He gave them information to him back then, in Russia too. So they're not. It's bullshit. Let TikTok live.
Now I say the same thing.
TikTok,
you're gonna get educated in ways that you wouldn't normally get it out here, bro. Me being somebody now in the business space and learning about credit and business credit, and it's like, damn, bro, where was I gonna go learn it at? Is it a school? Is it? You mean to tell me something like credit that I need to get a damn iPhone, to get a car, an apartment, let alone a house? You ain't even teach me about it. So obviously it wasn't for me.
Right.
Obviously you didn't want me to participate in having a lifestyle like that. This is my point. Right. This is my point. When you understand systems, you can see the BS. You see what I'm saying? So my advice to all our people, I say poor people in general or struggling people in general, because once again, it's not a color thing over here when it comes to them. It's a money thing. I say that you need to be building, bro. You need to be building. Oh, man, it's so much information. TikTok. Learn how to build here. Amass wealth. Build. And it ain't about money not being the answer to every problem, because it's not. But I damn sure to get you close to it, though. Mm-hmm. Right. Money might not be the answer to the trauma that we deal with because our pops wasn't there, but money can pay for the counseling to get us the help we need. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Money can give us our time back to make sure that we with our children, so maybe we don't got the closure, but we can heal through them by being the father we felt like we wanted. I see it all the time with me helping young dudes. You know what I'm saying? When I don't be knowing these guys from a can of paint, don't know their story, none of that until we engage, but I see the same 16-year-old little boy who didn't have guidance in them that I was. You know what I'm saying? So when I pour into them, I'm coming from that place. And that's why it's so impactful, because it's raw, it's authentic, and it's love, bro. You know what I'm saying? I realize, that's the way I learn how to love. Issues that I got, I love by teaching people, bro. So even if we fall out, one thing you ain't gonna be able to say when you go tell the story, oh, that nigga wasn't shit. All he wanted to do was did it. It don't exist under my name, bro. It don't exist in the penitentiary or the streets. When you bring up J5, bro, they gonna tell you that's a righteous person I know. And that don't mean I'm Jesus and all that, because I got flaws. I'm a human. I deal with issues. I'm coping, all that good stuff. But my intention when I deal with other people is good. Right. You see what I'm saying? Yes. I got good relationships because of that.
Well, look, we're going to close this thing out in a minute, but I got one last question.
Yeah, because we'll be all day.
I got one last question for y'all.
All right.
Top 5 rapper.
Of like in my book?
Top five.
Of like in, yeah.
Top 5. Man, you know, I'm going with Pac. I'm going with, you know what I mean, man, Juvie. I'm going, you know, from my era, I'm going with Lil Wayne.
That's
I'm
3.
going with Eminem. I'm going with LL Cool J.
Okay. Top 5. Do you like rap music?
I don't really listen to a lot of rap like that.
All right.
Be honest
Top
with
5 country western.
But I'm still.
What you listen to?
I really listen I listen to a lot of Brian Trejo right about now.
I don't even know what that is.
Kingdom Music.
Who?
Kingdom Music.
Kingdom Music.
Christian.
I'm about to say gospel music.
Brian
Okay.
Trejo.
Okay.
Yeah. I listen to a lot of him. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying right about now.
Respect.
That's
respect,
pretty
bro.
much about
That's
it.
respect, but I don't even. But what I mean, sing
You
a song.
just gotta look him up.
What kind of song you got? I mean,
You got,
sing something.
Kingdom. I can't sing his song, but you know what I'm saying? Kingdom Music, Set Apart, Set Aside. I mean, if you look him up, I'm telling you, like, it's a lot of even what we've even discussed goes and you know what I'm saying to his music.
Okay,
it's in there.
I didn't know because I ain't never heard him before. But
Brian Trejo. I mentioned Daxter. Yeah, I listened to Dax a little bit. I just found that song Real Man. I like that song. He got Dear Alcohol because I relate to that. You know what I'm saying? And if I had to say the top one of all, if you take it back just straight to rap, I'm gonna go ahead and cancel and just say Eminem, period.
I don't like you.
All right, so for me, top 5. All right, the late great Nipsey Hussle, Big Sean, Larry June,
Larry who?
Larry June.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, you hear me. You ain't gonna forget him. Bay Area West Coast rapper. Keep straight pimping.
You ain't
Great
never
player.
gonna forget him.
You already know the Bay Area.
Okay.
So
I'll write it
what I
down
said,
before I leave.
Nipsey Hussle, Larry June, Big Sean. I like Jonah Lucas. He out of you know Jonah. Okay, Jonah Lucas
From Boston.
Right. Okay.
Blue Hill Ave.
Who's next? I listen to a lot, and I like West Coast music a lot, man. So I like you may not know this guy, but his ego by Bino. Yeah,
Never heard of him.
Bino. He hit the scene under Nipsey Hussle. You know what I'm saying? You know, they from the same area, or whatnot. You know, so he make a lot of songs for the ladies, but of course they street dudes. But you know, so yeah, that I can go on, but yeah, that's my pick right there.
Yeah, well,
One thing about music with me, bro, like when I like music that speaks to where I'm at in my life.
Yes, sir.
I like music that motivate me because what I realize, like especially now, being that I fully work for myself, my companies, I'm in a stage of elevation in my life, and I realized that my ability to manifest is real. You know, this stuff is really happening. You know what I'm saying? And I understand the process of manifesting deals with being able to view it. Like for one, a clear head, be at peace, be able to view it in your mind, be able to not only generate a frequency of that's a mixture of enthusiasm and gratitude, be able to not only generate it but capture it and hold on to it, you know, along with speaking it in existence. So, you know, in a messy world, messy media, every time you turn on, I have to create that vibe for me to have that feeling, you know? And I'm getting up every day having to, you know, from, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. at the house doing whatever. Then from 9 a.m. to 12 a.m. I'm in the lab, take my little break. After my break, from 2 to 6, I'm in the lab, go to the gym. You know, things come at us so fast on top of having to deal with day-to-day life.
Right.
It's easy to get frustrated. And I have short patience sometimes with certain type of people. You know, that's why I'm real big on guarding my energy. I cut it off, mute, and you'll never hear from me again. That's just me. So I have to constantly like bring on that energy to keep me motivated, you know, and I know how to do that. Just so happens certain people, like my top 5, those are the people that help me do that. So I'm not giving you top 5 based off of who won a Grammy, who was at the BET Awards. Like, I don't care. That's somebody else's metrics. My metrics are a little more, you know, personal.
My top 5.
Like,
go ahead, bro.
Just want to already say something real quick. Said what motivates him and cutting off the energy. Like what we listen, you know, watch, you know what I'm saying, what we hear, like to me, everything has the, like I said, he used the word motivation. Everything has a spirit behind it. Like what he has, you know what I'm saying, like what motivates him. Like for example, like if I was sitting here just watching, you know what I'm saying, pornography 24/7, it's gonna motivate me to want to do what? Do what I see.
Right.
If I'm listening to something, it's gonna motivate me to do what I see. So it's gotta be careful, you know what I'm saying, what we, let's say, intake.
Windows
whether
to the soul.
By sight, you know what I'm saying, the ear.
Windows to the soul, for sure.
That's why I said, you know, it's certain things that, you know, I even listen to because I'm not exempt from anybody else. You know, like I can have a bad day and boom, I'm already, you know what I'm saying, the grasp of listening to something, and boy, because of what I'm going through, I done fell in the cracks that easy. So I try to find, you know what I'm saying, certain things that help me vibe. You know, even like you said, like in his mood, listen to certain things. And me personally, depending on what mood I'm in, I be careful, you know what I'm saying, what I'm listening to, but I also have things that I'm pretty sure everybody got that also lift you up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To find that that level of space that you need to be at. So yeah, I definitely relate to that.
That's what's up.
Bro, before you close, I think, and I gotta say this, bro. You know, so you know, me being a youth speaker, you know, actually being an entrepreneur now, owning a business, part owning another company, having a nonprofit. Don't get it like twisted. You know, I just came into the knowledge of how to play this game, and I'm in the game now. But I'm really from the set. Like I ain't like I'm still working on some stuff because from even before jail, I was already gang influenced. I was about 12. But actually being involved from the age about 14, 15 up into present day, and actually I'm talking about real life adolescence, manhood. I came up in that where I was in prison growing up into this stuff as a frontline banger. You know what I'm saying? So that mentality, bro, you don't just stop it. You don't just not have it. You know, and the things I know how to do and was trained to do, you don't just lose it. It's like going in the military. Man ain't lost none of that military training. He's just living civilian life.
Right.
I still got that.
Civilian.
Right.
That.
I
still got the same
right.
thing
So my point is, when it comes to this type of stuff, that's healing for me. I need that type of music because I really do have the gall to hurt somebody. And it's like this, and you're like, what the fuck wrong with him? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like turn the innocent person to a killer. All of a sudden, you know
exactly.
What I mean?
So just because I'm doing those things, they don't, man. That music and stuff help me on the daily. You know what I'm saying? It helps me. And then on top of that, feeling alone and not having shit and feeling like you ain't shit while you trying to build something on, you know, because maybe your family ain't supporting you or they don't see the vision. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, nigga, you a penitentiary nigga. Now you about to save every young person. And you're like, no, bro, I really can do this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That stuff I had you know. So, like I say, for me, music is different from me. You know what I'm saying? I really understand that the energy and vibration of this universe, man. You know what I'm saying? So I try to tap into that to make me better. So that way, what's in me that's been bestowed in me, I ain't got nothing to do with it. That's been bestowed in me, I can put it on the highest mountain and let it shine so that way other people can say, you know what, he on to something.
Be your delivery.
Exactly. You know?
That's what's up. Well, look, man, hey, it's been a great conversation, a great episode. J5, JB,
Salute all day.
Jamal, you cats came through, and much love and respect to all y'all, and
Appreciate
all
you,
y'all watching. If y'all didn't watch
Appreciate
it,
your lots, big brother.
ran back on YouTube. My top 5 though: Leontine Price, I need to get Pavarotti, Slick Rick.
Okay. Old school.
Dana Dane.
Okay.
You went there.
Cool J.
Okay.
Biggie.
I don't know who Lantine Price is. You have to put me up on that.
Yeah. She sings the opera.
Okay. Man, y'all tap in and grab these gems, man.
Make sure
Like,
y'all
subscribe. Yeah. Atown Podcast Show. X19 Podcast Room on YouTube. Follow us. Like, subscribe, share. Send that bread through Cash App. I need a couple dollars right now. You heard me? You know what I'm saying?
And bro, all this wisdom in here, bro. All the years of knowledge, all the years of experience.
Yeah.
Tap in, get some of this free game. You know what I'm saying? Never know who you're listening to, bro. Get it, man. We making pipe you up, bro.
Show support.
Take a Powerade.